Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday Mojo time. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Let's get fired up and let's start firing up that chat. What is your favorite thing that happened to you today or you did today? Let's put that in the chat. What is the favorite thing that happened to you or you did today? Into the chat we go. We have some new faces here with us tonight. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Dr. Joy says self-care. Absolutely. Absolutely. Temperatures under 90 and I sat outside this morning. Yes. And Heather, we've been thinking about you. She finally got her electricity back today. She's been without electricity for a couple of days because of the hurricane. So yay. Wow, I love that. I met someone 6 months ago and they called me today ready for some coaching. Yes. Carrot ginger soup. My story time console. Love it. Yes. I can't wait to see everyone else's. What's the best thing that you did today or happened to you today? While everyone's putting that in the chat, we are going to be talking about speaking and pitching today. Sometimes I think that we get a little sidetracked and we don't really talk and speak the way we need to when we're pitching our great products and our strategic moves that we want to make. We need to talk with inspiration. We need to talk that we really understand our products or maybe the kind of clients we're looking for, our services. We need to talk and pitch, speak so that we really get the message across, not overdoing it, but just enough to keep that curiosity going, keep that smile on your face, and you're doing it with the love that's coming out of your heart and soul for that product or service that you have to introduce at the moment. So when we talk about pitching, we talk about a lot of different things. You know, some people don't call it pitching, they want to call it speaking. But we really are pitching because, you know, they say it's good to have a 30-second, a 60-second, and a 2-minute pitch ready at all times. And that sounds like a lot, but you know, once you get it, you have it and you're ready at any time. I mean, if I'm juggling 2 or 3 bags in my hand and I'm going up at the elevator at a doctor's appointment and someone asks me, hey girl, it's been a long time since I've seen you. What are you doing these days? Now, if they're talking about my personal life, then I can be all lazy daisy. But if they're talking about my business, I want to do it with the love that I have for my business. I want them to be able to feel it, almost touch it. It's almost right there ready for them to touch, but not quite. And it's just enough to keep the curiosity so that they'll make an appointment with me. Give me their link to make an appointment with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just right there at their fingertips, but not quite. So we're going to talk about that. So a couple of months ago, I was at a 3-day summit with JB Partners, and they were saying that these days, things have changed when you're talking about your pitching, when you're talking about your speaking. That we all know that people want to know us, like us, and trust us before they really get involved in purchasing something from you, right? Shake your head. Yes, we all know that. Yes. But we also have to remember that things change and we have to pivot. Sometimes we have to pivot quickly. So what they're saying in today's world that has changed is that people want to know more about me, more about you, more about us, and a little bit about our business. And it's because they want to know you, me, us. They want to know that you're going to be there. If they buy something off of Grace's online store, they want to know that Grace is going to be there in case something arrives and it's broken, it doesn't work, it's not the right colors, it doesn't make them feel as good as what they thought. If they order a patch from Kelly and they don't know how to remember where to put it, or exactly what it's supposed to do. Sometimes we get lazy. We don't want to read the directions. We just want our distributor, that person that we know, to tell us what to do. Or maybe it doesn't work as fast as what we think. We just want to reach out to Kelly. We don't want to read the directions, and we don't want to contact the company. That's one thing, so many of us don't want to do. And we want to be able to reach them when we want them. If it's not a good time to message, they want to be able to pick up the phone and call, or pick up the phone and text. Sometimes they don't want to Facebook message people or email people because they're in a hurry. So you have to keep that invite open and make it easy. Easier, the better. That's getting away from pitching a little bit, but I want to touch base on that. Because people really want to know you, like you, and trust. Trust is a big issue in our world today because there's so many people out there that make promises and don't deliver. Now, while I'm talking, please, in the chat, I want everyone, Dr. Pat has already started, Grace has started, go ahead and give us your phone numbers, your emails, your appointment links. Maybe we want to reach out. We have several new people in the crowd tonight. What we're going to do, I think we might have one in. We're going to go around the room and we're just like 1 minute, or let's say 30 seconds, introduce yourself and one thing about your business. 1 minute. 30 seconds. We are going to start with Phyllis. Phyllis looks like she's ready. Let's go, Phyllis.
I'm Phyllis Arnstein. I live in Spring Hill, just north of Tampa in Florida. And one thing about my business, I offer you debt freedom.
Awesome. Then we're going to go to Kelly, and then we're going to go to Dr. Rogers.
Hi, everybody. Kelly Doran from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And I help you sleep at night with a drug-free solution.
Awesome, Dr. Pat, and then we're going to go to Grace.
Hey, I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist. And what I do for entrepreneurs is I set a platform so that you can share your message, promote your product on our virtual events as a public speaker.
Awesome, great, and then we're gonna go to Heather.
My name is Heather, and I help entrepreneurs grow their business using astrology.
Awesome, Heather. Grace.
Kelly helps people sleep better, and I help people when they wake up in the morning to have the best coffee, organic, and it is it's healthier. It's much healthier.
Awesome, Grace, and Heather Halverson.
Hello, I'm Heather Helverson from Nova Scotia, Canada, and I help you elevate your life to, what you want.
Awesome, then we're gonna go to Dr. Joy, and then we're going to go to Jocelyn.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Joy. You know, when you're struggling in your business and you think, maybe I should go in a different direction, I help you to reinvent yourself and to be resilient. Because resilience is a journey, not a destination.
Awesome, Dr. Joy, and Jocelyn, and then we'll go to Abby.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn, and I'm from Southern Ontario. And I guide and empower women in breaking free from the limitations of anxiety and people pleasing by helping them live life free from constant worry, regain control over their thoughts and emotions, and develop the resilience to effectively respond to navigate life's challenges.
All right, thank you, Jocelyn, and Abby. Then we're going to go to Teresa Johnson Paul.
Hi everyone, I'm Abby Bassey Cripps, and I help people with their computers and turn their computer frowns into smiles. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby, and Teresa, and then we're going to go to Trisha.
I'm Teresa, and I help people lose weight the easy, healthy way.
Thank you, Teresa. Trisha. Then we're going to go to Marla.
Hello, everybody. My name is Trisha Pardo. I'm the owner, creator, and director of Turning Leaves, Recovery, Life, and Wellness Coaching. And a really cool fun fact about my business is that I have an amazing affiliate program. Anyway, that rewards very kindly for referrals.
Perfect, Trisha. Thank you so much. And Marla, then we're going to go to Kathy.
Hey everyone, Marla Press here from Colorado, maybe the only one. And I'm a public speaking coach. I help you get more clients through your speaking by increasing your wow factor and your deep connection to the audience, because you got to have both. You got to wow them to get their attention and keep it. And you have to deeply connect so they want to buy from you.
Yes. And Kathy, then we're going to go to Dar.
Happy to be here. Thanks for the invite, LaDonna. The most relevant thing for you all, Kathy Coletta, I offer done for you or done with you quick start marketing assets for speakers and entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Then Dar, then we're going to go to Kamal.
Hello, everybody from Northern Ontario, Canada. I am someone who makes people feel good when they receive something special in the mail.
Awesome, Dar. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. Listen, it's totally wrong to be frustrated and working hard like this as a business owner. I get it. I've been there. My name is Kamal, and that's my expertise. Bob Proctor taught me a few things or two from the movie The Secret. If you want to overcome these issues in 30 days, let's talk.
Awesome. Thank you. Raul, are you where you can talk, please? Raul?
Yeah. Hi, how are you everyone? Sorry about the camera. What I do, I put together these mental health conferences that have been coming up on the 29th of September, which is next week. And we have some amazing group of speakers. If you want to be a speaker, just email us. Thank you. I love this.
Awesome, Rob. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we have everyone. Did I miss anyone? Okay, so what I'm going to do is try to share my screen. It never works the way I want it to. All right, let's try this again. All right, so when we go in to speak, and I have a really good way for you to strategize your speaking, your pitch, is if you go to the members group, you will see where I put several weeks ago, I added a document, and I want to share that with you. Here we go. All right, can everyone see it? Shake your heads, please. Yes? Okay. So 12 steps for prosperity to introduce yourself personally and professionally. Stand up, and stand out. What will they remember about you? So when I was at the JD Partners 3-day summit, this is what they shared with us. This is another way of standing out. Remember what I said before, is people want to know more about you and a little less about your business when they first meet you. So my name is LaDonna McAbee. I am from Texas. I am passionate about my family and my business, networking expert. I am probably best known for being the networking queen. I make most of my money by helping other business owners build their business. The most important relationship I have is with my husband, my children, and my grandchildren. I feel like I work in the industry of pampering others, helping others, guiding others by strategically giving them the courage and the guidance that they need. The best way for you to learn about me is that I will put a link in the chat, and you can make a connection call with me so that you and I can get to know each other more and better, and we can create wealth together. And then you go into your offer. What I want to offer you today is a free strategy call. What I need most right now is for you to reach out to me and let me help you build your business. The last thing I want you to know is that I am LaDonna McAbee, your networking expert that can help you build your business. Now, does that feel like that I shared with you about my personal life? Yes? No? Yes? Do you feel comfortable by using something like this when you're pitching your services or your products? Let's talk about it and let's practice a little bit. I really want to use this time to strategically help you build your vibrant pitch that you feel comfortable with. You can't use the same voice that I do, because some of us, or is lower key. Some of you may need higher key. What you do want to do is get across to people that you know what your product is. You know what your service is. You know what your offer is going to be that moment if you're making an offer. Now, if you're in an elevator, you're not going to make an offer. It's just an introduction, okay? So, Dr. Pat, I'm going to start with you because I know you have a lot of strength in this. So I would like to hear what you have to say about using that kind of pitch. It's not your norm pitch. I know for me, that's not the pitch that I was taught, but it is the way the new is going, they say. So Dr. Pat. What do you
want? Could you repeat the pitch, please? I was reading things in the chat. I was being nosy. I heard some of it, but just repeat the last part you want me to expound on.
Okay, so let me pull that back up here.
Yeah, the PowerPoint slide. I was being nosy, y'all.
Okay, so what I was saying, how do you feel about using a pitch like this? Because it's not our normal pitch that we were taught back in the day, even a year ago. We were taught to talk more about our products, our services. My name is LaDonna McAbee. I am from Texas. I am passionate about my family and my business, networking expert. I am probably best known for being the networking queen. I make most of my money by helping other business owners build their business. The most important relationship I have is with my husband, my children, and my grandchildren. And I feel like that I work in the industry of caring for others, holding their hands and helping them grow their business. The best way that you can learn more about me is by checking out the link that I will put into the chat, and you can make an appointment with me so that you and I can connect and we can grow our businesses together. What I want, and then we go into what you want to offer if it's that opportunity, and what you need, and what I need most right now is for you to make that appointment. The last thing I want you to know is I am LaDonna McAbee, and I'm here to help you build your business.
Awesome, awesome. I heard you say something about the elevator.
Yes, what I was saying is if we're in the elevator, of course, you're not going to make an offer. That's not the time to make an offer. If you're just in an elevator and you're going up to the 7th floor and someone asks you, what do you do for a business? You're not going to make an offer.
Well, if you want my opinion as far as, first of all, that is definitely a great introduction, depending on where you're going to use it. You have all the information there, that's for sure. I think it's also a good bio structure for those of us who do not have bios. But as far as being in an elevator, I would probably just go with my name is, and I'm passionate about, or either I'm probably best known, because we want to raise a question. We want to leave them with a question so that they will say, well, when I tell them I'm probably best known for what I do for entrepreneurs as it relates to public speaking, they may say, well, so how do you do that? How do you assist them in public speaking? That's what I want them to answer. So that's just me. I'm just saying realistically, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, that part of it I would probably use. And then the rest, when I leave that open-ended question, then they come back. They're supposed to come back and ask me to elaborate. Now I can go into all the other good details. So we do need to know exactly what we do. We have to be confident in what we do, and we have to be ready at all times to express exactly how we serve humanity. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Pat. Is there any questions so far? Any questions so far? Yes, Dar.
Well, the only one that I have a problem with in the whole entire list of questions is where it says, I feel like I work in the whatever industry.
Okay, so Dar, let's see, you do cards. So let me think for a second. Or you can just skip number 8 altogether. I want you all to know, do not stress out over this, because when you stress out, people hear it, people see it. So you can eliminate what you don't feel comfortable with until you become comfortable with it. I feel like I work in the industry of caring for others because I make greeting cards. I create cards.
Okay.
I create a gift for others. But until you figure out the words you want to use, eliminate number 8. Also, until you get your pitch down, start it. Number 1, my name is LaDonna McAbee. Okay, get that confidence up for that, number 1. Then go to number 2. Okay, then go to number 3. Do not stress. Hey, at least you're building your confidence up. You're building the perfect opportunity to pitch, to greet yourself, to talk, to shine about your product or services. So just take it one step at a time. Does that help, Dar? Yes, it helps. All right, any other questions? All right, Marla, I would like to call on you. What do you think about using this pitch?
Yeah, you made some great points, LaDonna, and Dr. Pat, you made some great points. I have about at least a half a dozen pitches that I do, and it just depends on the audience. So if I'm in a bigger networking group and there's 50 people giving a pitch, I'm going to do something that's really memorable, something that really stands out. So sometimes I'll start it with, hey, is this thing on? And, just doing something real goofy. So people go, what? What's going on? Give a little whiplash. Or sometimes in a very small group, this kind of thing, which is much more personal, you're not really pitching at all. You're just telling about yourself. So something very personal in a small group can be better than some of that performance stuff. But starting with the story, no matter what, you want to stand out, and you don't want to ever get robotic with it or bored with it because you've said it so many times. So that's really important, that it comes off natural and that you're really talking about yourself so that you make yourself really interesting and memorable. You want to be irresistible and unforgettable is what I always say. So there's a lot of different ways to do that, but this is really a good way if you're just starting out, or if you're in a small group, or maybe in a breakout room. You're better to go to this than to one of those more catchy things.
Yes. And Marla, you're so on point. You have to have several once you start going to many different situations. But start somewhere. That's what I say. Start somewhere. Start now. Just, the commercial, Nike commercial. Just do it. Just start. Start somewhere. Start with your name. Feel confident. Feel like you're the only LaDonna on earth. You are the only Marla on earth. You want to do it with enthusiasm, but not like my enthusiasm. You want to do it with your enthusiasm. Yes, Phyllis.
When I, whether it's a 30-second or if it's a 2-minute, when I'm in a Zoom network meeting or even a meeting in person, I generally don't mention anything about my family. I save that kind of for when I do it, sit down to do a one-to-one to get them, to get to know each other better. But I do say what I'm passionate about, which is, what I do. But I just never, I don't know, I just never say anything about, my family or anything when I'm in the actual meeting.
Yeah.
You know what? That's something that you need to feel comfortable with. And if you
Right.
don't, then you don't. And this is what the JV Partner Summit was trying to say, is that people want to know more about you than the products, because that trust factor. But maybe you, as Phyllis, only feels comfortable doing it with your one-on-ones, and that's okay. That is okay. You have to become the most comfortable Phyllis that you can and passionate about it. What you don't want to do is be choppy. You
Right.
don't want to come across like you're having to think about what you're going to say. You just want it to be very polished, very unique, and very you. You know, like if my name was Diamond, I would hold up my diamond ring. I'm Diamond, you know. Like Marla was trying to say as well, be unique. But you have to get yourself into that unique transformation. You know, if I was, I'm just being transparent here. If I was going to speak with a lot of, like if I was going to be in a crowd of, it's pet day and I'm having to speak at pet day and all the pets are at the park and I'm speaking, hey, my family consists of Max the Saint Bernard, because that's going to catch attention. How many people really have Saint Bernards? Not that many. You know, I also have a German Shepherd Ranger, but Boo Boo, the Pomeranian, rules those boys, you know, because that's going to catch attention. People at the dog park or at a, you know, I'm just giving an example, going back to where you're at and what kind of people you are talking to. Any questions or comments that you want to grow on what Phyllis, Dr. Pat, and Marla just went over with us? Anything that I've said? Okay, I want to go to Dr. Joy. I want to ask you, what do you think about this pitch? What other comments you have about pitching?
I do like it. I think you have to practice so that it rolls off your tongue, so it becomes natural for you. Because there's some places I can see where number 6, the most important relationships I have is with. And I agree, you know, depending on the audience, you don't want to give too much about your family. So that would be my only thing, but I do like the structure. And then how it leads you into, you know, you talk about know, like, and trust. So the trust part is saying a little bit about you, but then it leads you into, because you trust me, here is what I want to do for you.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
And
Like
another, that's perfect. Perfect. And another example of the most important relationship I have is with, maybe it's with God. Okay. That's going to be for a lot of people. But it also could be the most important relationship I have is with myself and growing me, making myself the best me that I can be. See what I'm saying? How I just changed that to mean something completely different than what I said at the beginning. Completely. Okay. So there's a lot of different things you can say about one sentence and making it your own. And Heather Ambrose, I want to ask you, what do you think about this situation, this pitch?
I was kind of gonna honestly say what you just said. I would probably I was thinking actually exactly what you said about the most important relationship. I'm like, that's probably like what I would say right now, because that's like the most honest thing for me. And then like also kind of just like customize it a little bit to kind of fit more of like who I am and things like that. So it just sounds really natural, you know?
And it seems to be, you know, you have to make it you. I want to get that across to you. It has to be you. And let's face it, if I'm sometimes if I'm talking to a crowd of I did a speaking engagement over the weekend. It was about 50 people. It was an in-person event. It was all married couples. And what I use is the most important relationship I have is with my high school sweetheart. And we've been married 40 plus years. See, completely different than what I used at the beginning, but that was the crowd that I was in.
Right.
The crowd I was in, so it made sense to me. You know, I didn't talk about my girls or my grandchildren that time. It was just about me and him. Because number one, how many people got married in the dinosaur years and is still married, you know, and high school sweetheart and still married. So that kind of put a touch on it. And guess what? People may not remember everything I said, but the majority will remember that. They will put my name with high school sweetheart 40 plus years. So good idea. Yes, Heather, that's just another way. And you're right, you have to critique it to yourself. And I'm going to say it again. Do what is good for you in your tone, in your polished tone. Start with number one, say it in the mirror, smiling, you know, because you're not grasping for air. It's not your last standing ovation. It's your start to a relationship. This truly is a good start, the first start to a relationship. Let's see here. Any questions about anything? This is your time to ask the questions. Raul, are you available to speak? Okay. Kelly, what do you feel about this?
I really like, and I am going to take it and write it down because it's such a good, I guess, prep work to get ready. And there are some questions or some statements I probably wouldn't make at the time of introduction, as everybody else said, but it's perfect for a guideline and to teach people how to, you know, I have teammates that come up and say, how do I introduce myself? So now I've got stepping stones. Thank you very much.
Yes. And remember, you will find this in the feed of the members group in our Facebook group. It's there, it's posted, so you can screenshot it, copy it down, whatever you want to do with it. It's there for you to use. Abby, what do you think about this?
I think it's very good. I've created my own pitch, and some of it is incorporated, but some of it is modified. But basically, my pitch that I have includes, I'd say, about at least 8 of them.
Okay, good. Yes, yes, absolutely. And it's, you know, the old phrase of practice makes perfect. I'm telling you. Abby, say it to Dar. Dar can say hers back to you. And practice, practice, practice. Get in the mirror. Practice, practice, practice. Smile, 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 and get it down where you're not having to even blink an eye or even think about it. It just rolls like a good steam engine. You know, it just chuck, 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 chuck. And then you're at the end before you even know it. And that's what's so incredible about a good pitch, a good speech, is when you can just go with it. And you know what? If you make up and it's not exactly the way you thought it would be, or you missed something, don't go back. Nobody knows but you. So just keep going. It's like when you're an actor, just keep going. Grace, what do you think about this? Unmute, please.
Well, yeah, I like some of it, and some of it, I think it's not necessary for initial pitch, but yeah.
Okay. Do you have
some I wouldn't bother with, and some I think is very important to let people know. And I would add something about what do you, instead of what I need most right now, is what do you need most right now? Because because here I would say my passion is about natural health. And then so when I get down to, and what I can offer you is products with natural health. And then I would say that, how can I best help you, or what do you need, or what are some physical challenges or health challenges that you've come across, either in yourself or your loved ones.
Perfect. And again, just getting that consistency down so that it just rolls off your tongue. Just very clear, without any pausing, and except when you need to pause, of course, to make sense of it, and just let it go like a well-written story. Almost like a written story. And then, Kathy, what do you think about this?
Well, so in my world, because besides helping people with their marketing quick start, I do a lot of speaking and training. And so in my world, we do a lot more of asking questions when we first get a chance to communicate with someone. So it's more about finding out what their needs and pain points are. I personally don't, and it's probably bad, I don't attend a lot of networking events where I get like a 30-second or 1 minute time to pitch. But the focus is normally on them identifying their problems and then speaking to that. So this is kind of new to me. I feel like I would feel uncomfortable sharing a lot of personal, because I'd like to make it more about them than me, but so it would require some practice and success.
Yeah. And then, and just maybe pick out one thing you want to share about you or your family. I have one client that shares nothing about their family, and we've critiqued his pitch without it, but he's slowly trying to get that family plug in there, or even something about himself. He just feels like it's too personal. But remember, we are in business, so people are going to find things out about us, like it or not. It is there on social media somewhere, but make it the story you want to make it. So remember that. Jocelyn, what do you think? What do you think about this? Do you have questions? Oh, can't hear you.
Hear me now?
Yes, there you are.
Okay, well, there we are. Woo, there we go. No, it's good that this is a good refresher, right? And like everybody else is saying, like there's so many different viewpoints on how to do your pitches and how to connect. And I was just in another collaboration group the other day, and this actually came up because a lot of people are steering away from the I help statements, right? And going towards other introductory methods, I guess, of introducing themselves and their business, right? So I really like this because it's something that I can actually use and tweak depending on the events that I'm doing, because I do a lot of different things in my business, right? Not just the coaching, I do Reiki and I do other things. So it's nice to see how I can change this up for those different things.
Absolutely. You can change this up so easy to make it about what you're doing. Come on,
Yes.
what do you think about this, sir?
Oh, thank you for asking. Thank you so much. It's a nice framework. I partially like it. I was trained by Forbes Riley, the one and only Forbes. The only thing I see that I would not use from it is the I's, because the first 3, 4, 5 lines are about I. And when I show up, it's about my clients. It's about you. I'm here for you. It doesn't matter how many degrees I have. And when I was with Bob Proctor, he said, Kamal, it's never about you. It's about them. So I'm here for you. That's the only part I would change a little bit, but you have to relate to the people that are there. You need to connect with them at the passionate level. You need to show them you have a family. You need to show them that you have a life as well. You got to be a little bit funny. Yeah. But that's what I'd only be worried about, the I's at the beginning of the 4 sentences. Otherwise, I like the framework, and you can get through it in 60 seconds, 60, maybe 70, 80 seconds. So.
Yes, and you know what? The more polished you are, this is supposed to be a 30-second pitch, but as you can see, you have to be a well-polished person to get through that in 30 seconds. And
yeah.
You know, no thinking whatsoever. And you know, it's like when I did my first pitch, or the first 2 times I did it, I combined 2 of them together because it made better sense to me to combine. The best way for you to learn more about me and what I want to offer you is I just kind of combine those 2 together.
Yeah,
because it makes sense to me. But when I'm speaking in other crowds, it may not seem that way. But again, it's like you said, it's the framework.
Yeah, it is. But if I check this framework based on what I said, the 3 lines I kind of mentioned, I think I hit about maybe 8 or 9 out of them instead of the 12, which is pretty good for the first time meeting all of you. Amazing people. I'm blessed tonight. Like, I think, am I the only guy? It's like I died, I went to heaven or something.
Ron was here earlier, but I think sometimes he has to take his mom to treatment during this time in the evening, but he's usually here with us. Ron is, and then but yeah, we are always blessed to have gentlemen in the room with us. That is for sure.
Well, thank you.
But
Donna, can I ask something to Kamal?
Yeah.
So looking at that, those 3 I am statements, how would you change them? Like, I understand where I am is all about them, but there are some cases like I am from. I've got to say that, right? Like, and I am passionate about.
Oh, so it's a good question. Yeah. I mean, instead of saying I'm from New York, you'll say, who's here from New York?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I didn't say I am. I said, who's here from New York? I'm passionate about. Who here likes hockey? Who here likes golf? Who here likes baseball? Just kind of rethink it, perception, the other side, right?
Okay, I totally, and thank you for pointing that out, because I was really like, how you're supposed to change I am from there.
Well, and let me give you another fine example. My name is LaDonna McAbee. I'm from Texas. So passionate about the Dallas Cowboys.
I love it.
I'm to put all 3 of those together.
That's so good.
You know, I mean, it's just, again, it's about who you are. Are you a football fan? Are you a basketball fan? Do you love treasure hunting? Put you into your pitch, because yes, it is about the clients. It is about the customers, but they have to love you. They have to want you. If you're I know my Mary Kay lady is not here tonight, but if I was Ann and I was the Mary Kay lady, I would want to leave a statement behind that I am your Mary Kay lady.
That's so good.
You know, I'm not a Mary. I'm a Mary Kay lady. No, I'm your Mary Kay lady. See what I'm saying? I'm your networking expert. You want it to be about them, but also shining with them. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, it does. I just helped the Mary Kay lady become the queen of Mary Kay in sales this year. She's been trying for 18 years and she became #1 this year. But it's so beautiful what you just said. Like, I use my name sometimes. I say, hey, my name is Kamal, like Kamala Harris without the A.
There you go.
Now everybody knows Kamal, right?
Yes. Heather, what do you think?
I'm loving this. I love what Kamal said. I love the questions that Kelly said and what Kathy was saying, because really you want to know more about the other person and then mold who you are in your pitch as per se to that person. So I love, like, I can say, have you ever heard of Heather Locklear? Like, people know that. So then they kind of go, oh, you're Heather, right? So I really like just that mindset shift in that. I love it. Thank you.
Perfect. And Dr. Joy, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I was wondering, you said this is by JD and Associates. Do you know the percentage of using this format and how successful it's been versus other formats?
Well, I picked this up at a JV summit.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? I don't remember what he said the percentages were. He did give those, and I'm sorry, I don't remember. It's been several weeks ago that I went there. It was a virtual event, but he did say that because people want to really know who they're buying from and trust, because people have been burned so many times about buying a product and then the people are gone once they buy it. They're gone forever. You know, they can't do them. Or they got to chase them down. Or, you know, they go and buy a $10,000 coaching package from someone, but then they have to chase them around before, they set those appointments and get rolling. So, yes, I'm sorry, Dr. Joy.
Okay, thanks. That was helpful.
Okay. Please take a screenshot of all of us, some of us, one of us, or you, because I would love it for everyone to go to your social media and post. And Teresa, I see that you're back on the screen. Is there anything that you want to add to speaking, to doing a pitch?
Everybody wave.
Want to unmute?
I have been so not in the flow of things that I don't even know how to get back in it. So no, glad to be listening.
Okay, all right. We'll get you there, Teresa. We'll get you caught up, my friend. All right. Raul, are you still with us? Don? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. It's just the mute button has been giving trouble. Sorry, I love everything that everyone is saying. To add to this, it was that I did life insurance in 2012 to 2016, and they always teach you to do an elevator talk quickly because you have to get this done and what you do. And yes, you see the eyes, something that they taught us back in the past that you should use. But if you go to a client's house, as Kamal said, you need to focus your direction on the client. And I love this topic. It was really nice and amazing. Thanks, LaDonna.
Thank you. All right. So any other questions or comments? I hope everyone takes away a nugget or 14 or so. Yes, Dar.
I just want to say that when I talked earlier about the only line I probably wouldn't use, I'm very grateful to hear how it would be turned around in my industry. But I learned to do sales leads and gathering sales leads like back in the early 90s. I worked in sweatshops for call centers, and the word somebody used, I can't remember who it was, the word pain point. I haven't heard that in about 20 years. So, but yeah, the whole thing is just amazing. And I applaud you for introducing that to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dar. Any other questions or comments before we go? Just a couple of reminders is tomorrow is happy hour. It's at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And Grace is going to be speaking on the oils of the Bible. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm really excited. And once she starts talking, you're going to figure out, if you don't already have it figured out, of how that can transition from what she's talking about to your business. Remember, how you feel about yourself makes you feel better to do business. It makes you feel more confident, comfortable, make sure, your whole mindset changes when you feel better. So yes, I'm pretty excited about that. And then Wednesday night, we have our Millionaire Marketplace. And I'm sorry, I just now realized I forgot to change my background.
No.
All of you are too kind. You should have reminded me. Oh well.
Well, you were blending in with those that don't have them, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, there we go. You know what? That's one thing about this environment. We just love each other no matter. It just, it all goes around and help each other. So, all right,
That's right.
you have 5 minutes to please go to your social media and let people know how you spent your last hour, and maybe tell them at least one golden nugget that you went away with. Put it on your social media and please tag me. And also go to our members group and post it there as well, because all of our members are not here tonight. So we want them to know what they missed. All right, save the chat. If you don't know how to save the chat, go to the bottom of your chat where the smiley face is. Right next to it is 3 little dots. Click on those 3 little dots, and then it'll come up and say save chat. Click it.
Everybody wait.
I have an announcement too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I just saying everybody wait for a photo. Got it. It's your turn.
Okay, there is an event tomorrow night. It's called Networking with a Twist, and it's sponsored by WPN. They have one every 3rd Tuesday of the month. And I don't know if it costs or not, but I wanted to put the link in the chat. If anybody is interested, it'll be a great way to connect. We go into breakout rooms at least 3 times in those 75 minutes. So I just thought about that. Wow.
What time is that tomorrow night?
I'm sorry. Did I say tomorrow night? It's from 12 to, it's in the 12 afternoon.
Okay. And that's Eastern, 12 Eastern?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
It's 12, it's 12 in the afternoon.
Okay, perfect. All right.
That information in the
And
chat.
yeah. So if you have something you want to promote, you probably do quite well there.
Yeah.
And also but it's okay. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat. If you can just give me a minute to get my hands on it.
Yes.
I'll stick it right there in the chat. I think I might can do it.
And don't forget, Raul is having his event the end of the month. Is it the 29th or 27th? It's on a Friday. So please go ahead and leave a question in the chat or whatever. I can send you the link to it. Several of you have already sent the link to. I can send it again. Let's go support him. I think he still has speaking spots left at $125 for speakers. And then I think it's like $45 to attend.
Who is that?
Raw.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the one for the mental health event,
Yes,
Rob.
Mental Health Summit. Is it conference? Mental Health Conference, yes. And
Okay, and either way, we need to.
Speaking there, I'm speaking. Vera's not here, but I know Vera is speaking on that as well.
Is it online?
It is online. It is a virtual event, yes.
And could you give us the date? Because either way, I think everybody could just still put it on your calendar, because just give a reminder. I mean, so if you could just, I know I have it on my calendar, but if you just start the date again.
Yes.
So everybody, it may be interested later, you know how it goes.
Yes.
But if it's not in front of you, you don't see it, you're not going to remember.
Exactly. It's September the 29th. That's a Friday, September the 29th.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
next month, we have Dr. Joy's event and Dr. Pat's event. So we have a lot of different events coming up, that's for sure. So lots of learning, lots of speaking, lots of teaching, listening, and just
Yeah.
growing.
Absolutely. Okay, so what I did was I put the link in the chat, LaDonna.
Okay.
And that's for anybody that's interested. When you click the link, please don't ask me what time it is. It's in the link. It's in the link. People ask me all the time, what's the website? I gave them a guy did it today. I gave them the link. But I gave the link so they could find it because I don't even be knowing off the top of my head all the time.
Right.
You know, so just click because I'm regular. So I just show up.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I always learn something when I visit one of their events. Let me tell you, I'm part of them and I learn something each and every time. That's what we want when we put on an event. So, all right,
Yeah.
everyone.
And I'm gonna say this: how many? When you just cut in, LaDonna? My mind be going. I know this your event. You know, I got bragging rights. Listen, how many of y'all can go to this event tomorrow at 12 o'clock? How many of y'all enjoy? How many of you actually know that you have to network in order to grow your business? Okay, all hands went on deck. How many of you are actually waiting until you get your product ready before you decide to network and let people get to know you? I'm curious. This is an event. I don't even know if the event costs $5 or $10, but guess what? You're your biggest investment. This is not my event. I'm not getting anything from this, but we're meeting all these weeks. We want to see results. And I'm saying, I'm giving y'all an opportunity to come to an event and talk to other people, to meet them and tell them who you are, what you do. Well, she just went over all of that. Tomorrow's a good day to practice the script. And then y'all telling me y'all can't go to 12 o'clock. It's only 75 minutes of your time. But anyway, I said all of that to say that if any of you will be attending, LaDonna, are you attending?
I'm booked tomorrow. I'm sorry, Dr. Pat. I usually do an event.
Okay, so I'll shut up. My bad. But I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to say what I need to say. What I was just going to ask, because if it don't happen this time, Dr. LaDonna, you better get that honorary doctorate.
I know.
If it don't happen this, if it doesn't happen this time, it's still something we can do in the future. If we can, like I told y'all last week when I spoke, if we could just come together as a unit. So let's say we go to one of these events, because they're all over the place. LaDonna just said it. We should be able to put up our little Monday Mojo banners if it's 4 or 5 of us. This is how we build and increase each other's brand. So I just thought I would throw that out there because all of a sudden I had a defining moment that if we're going to show up, at any time, sometimes it would be nice if we could just do it as a group. That's all, okay. But we got to know in advance we're going to do that because we already got the banners on the platform. Why not use them?
Absolutely.
That was all I was saying, y'all.
Dr. Pat, do they happen every month?
Yes, they have it the third Tuesday of every month.
The third Tuesday of every month. Okay.
And I know everybody can't go all the time. I was just throwing that out about the banners. Like if one day, one weekend, we do go wherever we go. If we know that we're going to be able to go to the next something, whatever it is, then let's, it was just something I thought popped in my head.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Go do your social media posts, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I will call you, sis. Oh, she gone. We call her.